You said it was
Hey,
Black
Cam.
Flag and what else? Yeah, what's up?
Your boy Ryan Reynolds is going to
Yeah, I
star
know.
as Detective Pikachu.
I know, dog. I just saw that when I was pooping.
What?
I want to talk about it on the podcast.
What the fuck?
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of the Hella Average Gamescast. As always, I'm your co-host, Cam. And in my captain's chair, I got Carmen. What's happening, buddy?
Man, I'm just hanging in there. Just got finished eating dinner, watching a little bit of TV, and now I get to talk to you ugly motherfuckers.
Makes your night, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And
I look
Jeremy
forward to this.
upgraded out of the baby seat in the back. Now he's in the middle of the front seat. What's happening, buddy?
Oh man, just ready to do this podcast. Gonna go watch me some Thor Ragnarok tomorrow, finally.
That's exciting. I still haven't seen it yet, so I'm anxious to hear what you think.
Better than Justice League. Nah, just kidding.
Yeah,
Maybe not. I don't know.
You know how we are. We try to give DC a chance. I love Justice League. So just
I
let me
want
know
to see
how it
Justice
is.
League too. Oh, I definitely will.
But we're here to talk about video games, as usual. So why don't you kick us off? Jeremy, you been playing anything?
I've still been messing around with my SNES Classic, but I've also really been pumping some hours in to South Park: The Fractured But Whole, and I'm loving the shit out of that game, man.
I know you've told us. Now, what kind of character did you make? Let the fans know.
Right now I've unlocked all. You get different classes in the game, and you only start off with one. But I'm at the point now where I have 3 different classes. So I'm a speedster, like the Flash. I also have elemental powers, like Storm, and I also went for an assassin skill, like Elektra. So basically, I can mad dash, I can call upon the powers of the earth, and I can stab motherfuckers in the face.
Oh, it sounds
like
crucial.
Yeah, it sounds like
It's
a pretty OP build.
It's pretty fucking sweet, man. Not only that, but you got your time fart powers, which are pretty sweet. You can I love something I really think that this game improved upon from the original is the combat, where they not only did they go with the grid system, which works out really cool, but in the first game, Stick of Truth, it was just your character, and you could have one partner with you, and it was always Butters because he was just the most OP character. But now you can have up to, I think, 3 other characters. And I usually go with Captain Diabetes, which is Cred Malkinson.
Okay.
He's my strong guy. I go with the Human Kite, which is Kyle, because he's my long range attacker and healer. And then my 4th slot, who do I usually use? God damn it. I'll either go with the Coon, which is Cartman, or I go with God damn it, who was the other kid I always use? Oh shit. Oh, you can either do Jimmy, who's Fast Pass, or you can do Fast Pass. Oh man.
Did you make these names, or are they like already made? Like
no,
this?
that's their already name they give you.
Oh shit.
Or they already have. They're based on characters from the show. If you ever watched, there was a 3-parter they did called Coon and Friends, where they all came up with their own little superhero identities, and they kept them for this.
Okay.
The only thing is, while you can create your own character, you can't name yourself. Everyone just calls you Butthole.
That's funny.
It is funny. It would have been cool to be able to name myself. I mean, you can do everything else.
They could have given you some presets or something.
Well, that's the thing. Like they have a character sheet that you fill out during the game. Like you have to go see Mr. Mackey to get your gender identity in order. PC Principal to get your race and ethnicity. All these other ones I haven't even filled up yet because I haven't met them. And you can go at any time to change them. You can change your skin color. When you begin the game, you pick your difficulty, and if you make your character black, it's hard. If you make them white, it's easy. But if you want to play hard but be a white character, you can just make yourself black at the beginning, but then go see PC Principal and make yourself white. Which I thought was it's a good. I was hoping they would do something to fix that. So I'll know for my next playthrough, I can go on the hard mode and all that, and make a black character, but then make them Mexican or white or whatnot. But dude, the amount of like costumes you can get are really cool. Some are obvious nods to existing superheroes like Wonder Woman and Captain America. Others are just ones they made up strictly for the show, like Super Butthole and like all kinds of other shit. It's really cool because they look like actual costumes kids would make. Like there's duct tape and sparkle paint and all that shit.
Sounds like they went all out for this.
They really did. It's genuinely a fucking funny game, and it's one of those games too where I woke up. I had to go to work at 10:30. I got up that morning at probably about 6 o'clock. I ended up playing for 3.5 hours, not even realizing it.
Wow.
So it pulled you in pretty good.
Oh, it's definitely one of those games where you're like, okay, I got to stop. But then like something pops up, you're like, okay, I'll just check this mission out real quick, but I won't do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll just do this anyway. It's just real quick. It's like, well, now I go claim my reward too. And I can go to this area now because I got this superpower. I'll go do that real quick.
How long are the missions?
The story missions actually can take a little bit. The side missions, they vary. Some are fetch quests. Some are just go beat the shit out of this group. But there's also a lot of like the side missions where it's like beat up 15 sixth graders, or beat up 10 raisins girls, collect all the neighborhood cats, that kind of stuff.
All right.
Yeah. But I gotta say, a little bit of a spoiler here, but the boss fights are fucking awesome in this game. My favorite one being where you have to fight Drunk Randy, who just wants his keys back. It's so fucking funny.
It sounds like it's on par with the show as far as how funny it is and the shit you get into.
It's like playing an episode. I've only had one moment of just absolute infuriating frustration, and that was having to do this boss fight where I was in the strip club and I had to get to the other side of the room while avoiding spontaneous Butte, who could instant kill you.
Spontaneous Butte.
Yeah.
Oh god.
She's a gigantic fat black stripper who just like Hulk slams the ground. But the thing is, she constantly moves forward and she can interrupt anyone's turn whenever she wants. She kept interrupting my turns, which was bullshit, and insta-killed my characters a couple times. But man, it was still funny as fuck.
Only Jeremy would be upset about some Butte.
Some Butte.
Hey man, if you saw her, you'd be fucking upset.
So how far do you think that you're into the game?
Honestly, I think I'm maybe like 30 to 40% in, and I've probably been playing for like 10 or 12 hours.
Wow,
it's a hefty chunk.
Okay,
I mean, I'm still like doing. It seems like I'm doing early game stuff. Like the whole plot behind it is you're part of Coon and Friends, which is Cartman's little superhero team, and you're fighting your rivals, which are like the Justice Friends or something, which is some of the other kids who broke off from Coon and Friends, like Stan and Timmy and Token and all that. And of course, someone's stealing the neighborhood cats, and that's what everyone's trying to do because they want a $100 reward. But they quickly show you, at least so far, I think I know who it is. They kind of make it obvious and what's going on. It's pretty funny.
Awesome. So I'm glad you're enjoying that. So you been playing anything else, or that's been taking up most of your time?
That's the only PS4 game I played. Other than that, I've just been doing my SNES Mini, just playing some games on there.
All right. So let's see what Carmen's been doing. What you got under your belt this week, Carmen?
I've been playing some Clash Royale, still grinding out on that. Tap Titans, still my shit. I played Overwatch with a friend from middle school. So we linked back up and played a little bit of Overwatch, and man, that game can suck you in. It's so fun.
That's a game that you never get rid of. You always have that in your library.
Yeah, it's like if you get rid of it, like Will got rid of it, and I was like, why? Why'd you do that?
Yep.
And I'm like, it's just almost a perfect shooter in my eyes. And then we grinded out the Destiny DLC last night, and then I've put maybe an hour into Wolfenstein.
Very cool, very cool. How you liking Wolfenstein?
I think Wolfenstein's phenomenal. It's like, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to talk about the game in depth, but the beginning of the game, it was like really cool the way that they set you up and that they just like throw you right into the world and you got to figure it out and then you got to go. It's nice. It's exhilarating. Get your fucking heart pumping.
Definitely does.
And the story really plays to your feels. Let me tell you.
Yes, I'll talk a little bit about it. I'm going to throw a review of it up on the site because I played through it and I got through it all. But that game's great. And then we played the Osiris DLC. What are your thoughts on that? Because I had fun playing it last night, but like once I got off and started thinking about it, I was like, man, that was kind of a short DLC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I'd say for the average player, it's a 10-hour story. For a full fire team of advanced players, it's a 4-hour story. And I mean, I thought it was cool. We've heard about Osiris a lot, so I was glad to finally learn more about him. And I mean, if you play it all the way to the end, I mean, if you haven't finished in 1 or 2 days by now, then you're behind the 8 ball. So you get to see Osiris at the end. Spoiler alert. He's a really cool character. I'm disappointed that Mercury is so... I mean, Mercury's a small planet, but they could have made the world a little better. All in all, mediocre. I want to see what the raid layers bring.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. What'd you say, Jeremy?
So it's not living up to your expectations?
No, it's living up to what Destiny 2 is and what Destiny offers as a game mode. We had a blast last night. But we were just crushing it. Like, we were playing at like such a high level, it was ridiculous.
I was just saying, when you said it was disappointing, I thought...
I mean, you gotta think, like...
It's just mediocre. It's like 5 hours.
Mediocre.
Yeah, like
So it is living up to Destiny 2 standards.
So, like, what Destiny does, it does it good. So, it looks beautiful. I mean, the character is pretty cool, and the story's pretty good. So, like, you're basically bebopping through different time periods.
They brought out some of the best visuals that they've brought in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, visually, it was just stunning. I mean, there's one part that made me think, like, it looked like I was playing fucking No Man's Sky. We were in a place, I was like, good God, like, just that art style. But, it something about it just didn't, I wish maybe it was longer or something to it, but like Carmen said, we had a blast playing it. But, I mean, we had 3, we're 2-shotting the bosses with rockets and then grenades, and we're just rolling through this stuff like it's nobody's business. So we got through it in, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, and then, like, we melted that final boss. Like, the world didn't even have time to, like, load in all the way.
Yeah, we almost broke the game. Like, we glitched it because we killed him so fast. But I'm just kind of disappointed. Like, I expect a little bit more. And, like, they still bring in the raid layers. And we haven't scratched the surface. I mean, there's still that infinite force you can do. So there's stuff and there's gear to get. So I'm going to work on getting some of that gear, too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to new guns. There's we can talk about it more after, but there's an exotic gun that's breaking PvP right now.
I also beat Injustice. As far as fighting games go, it's a fantastic story. Done really well.
Would you say the story was better than the first game, or not?
Oh yeah,
good, or
yeah. I like the story better than the first game.
Nice.
I mean, it references it, like, Superman kind of went off, off the rails. He's tyrannical, and he had his regime with him, so it splintered off the heroes. Some were against him. With Batman was leading the group against him, trying to keep him locked up, telling him he was doing wrong. But the story takes over there. You get to play as a good pick, of the litter there. And in some cases, there's 2 characters, and you can choose which one to play like. So if this is Green Arrow and Black Canary's chapter, each time you have a fight, you can pick which one you want to play as. You don't have to play as the same one.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then once the story's over, it opens up this cool end game where all your characters are level 1, or some might be level 4 that you played with during the story. But you do the multiverse. So, like, every day there could be a new multiverse. There's worlds you can go into. You complete challenges. You fight other heroes and villains, and you unlock gear. You level up your characters, and that's where the end game comes in. Is trying to get your characters to level 20, get all this epic gear, giving loadouts to your characters, and so on and so forth.
Now, that gear and stuff. That's the stuff I heard. It was like labeled to like loot boxes and microtransactions. Is it just cosmetic, or is it like actually give you like buffs and all that shit?
Now the gear, so I think there's different tiers for it. So the gear in the multiverse, which is the single player challenges that gives you gear, that gives you stats. So like it might give you got ability, defense, health, whatever. So you might get a helmet that gives you plus 50 defense, or it might give you 3 stats that are positive. What I've heard is in online multiplayer that both parties have to turn that on for it to work. So let's say I want to play just basic. and the other person doesn't want to play basic, then we're playing basic because I didn't opt into it.
Okay, that's actually not bad then.
Yeah, so you don't have to do it. And as far as the microtransactions go, I haven't looked at it yet. What I've heard through other like news media and stuff like that, or media sources, is that if you really want like a skin or something, you kind of have to buy it because the grinding is just super intense, like too long really. 80 hours for a skin or something. So I don't think it's egregious. I really don't. I mean, it's obviously there.
No, I don't mind it if it's just cosmetic like that. If it was like, hey, you gotta grind, just to progress in the game or something like that, I'd be like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, but here, what I'm like, I don't think there's anything out of the game that gives you any more of a upper hand in any gear that's in the game that you can just get through drops.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's there, but it's not bad. But the end game does seem to it's going to keep me around for a little while. I'm just like I found out that my favorite character so far is the Blue Beetle, so I'm leveling him up to, and that surprised me. But I'm leveling him up to 20. I got him at like level 11 now.
Did you buy any of the DLC for it?
I didn't, but I think I'm going to. I mean, it's worth it. I think.
I want to, but I kind of want it to go on sale first because I was doing the math, and it looks like there's like a season pass or something for $40. Which seems to be the best deal. But I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of why I wait. Because they usually put that on sale at some point.
Yeah, and then eventually they'll do a Game of the Year with everything. It'll probably be cheaper than that. So, but right now, the only thing that I'm really like looking forward to is the Ninja Turtles. I mean, Hellboy's cool too, but maybe down the road I'll definitely look into buying the DLC.
Oh, I just want to get Darkseid, though.
Oh, yeah, Darkseid looks cool too. You actually get to fight against him without having the DLC, so it's like a tease.
Well, they did the same thing with like Brainiac and all that.
Yeah, true.
Of course, you can unlock him in game from what I've heard.
Yeah, he's unlockable. You can play as him. But yeah, that game's fun, so I knocked that out, and then that's a good, jump on, play a couple of multiverses each day or whatever. So then I ended up beating Wolfenstein. The game is, I've got the soft spot for Bethesda, but this game is fucking great. Like there's no way around it. I mean, there's at least 6 or 7 cutscenes or shit that happens in this game that just make you laugh or just go, what the fuck? And I'm not going to ruin them, but it's just moments that you cross and you're just like, this is fucking amazing. Or you're like,
did they question really... your fucking, like, yourself. Like, you're like,
yes.
What do I do here?
Yes, it's
There's
amazing.
There's one that just sticks out to me at the beginning of the game, and I'm like, man, like, it's a video game, so I can do it, but in real life, like, would I do that?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's what this game brings to the table. The shooting mechanics are decent. I mean, you end up picking up, like, a pistol, kind of like a DMR, like a semi-automatic rifle, a shotgun, an automatic gun, kind of like an SMG. And then you get some heavy weapons, and that's kind of how it works. There's not a whole lot of, I don't know, like a whole lot of weapons in the game, a whole lot of different stuff to do so you kind of like got a set play style. But I tended to like stay on the move a lot, and I noticed that the more you stay on the move, the less you get hit. But I would like to melee people, and as soon as you melee people, you just get ate up.
I heard that like the Doom 2016 had the superior combat. But this had, like, the better story.
Yeah, I could see that. This story is great. And, I didn't really play Wolfenstein. So what I did was I went to YouTube and just watched all the story, or all the cutscenes and the story of what it was. And it gave me a perfect setting to jump into this game. I knew all the characters. I knew the people. And I knew what was going on. I couldn't recommend this game enough. I'm going to throw up a review, like I said. But the big criticism I have about this game is the ending just happens. Like, I'm sitting there, and the part where it ends, it could be an ending, but you think something else is going to happen. Like, this can't be it, and it is it. And I've noticed that it's got its own little in-game content. I don't know if I'm going to go do it or not.
But there's an additional ending, I think, unless what you're talking about, the ending, is what I'm seeing online.
So basically, once you get done, you can go back and replay the game and kill high-value targets. So as you progress through the game, you can kill these captains and get, like, their cards. I forget what they're called exactly. but the cards you collect unlock areas at the end for you to go back and do content you've not done, but you're killing like these high value or high ranking Nazis.
That sounds pretty cool.
I don't know if I'm doing it though. Like I might try one or two just to see what it's like.
But it's still good that they offered something like that to give it some replay value.
Give you some extra stuff to do in case you want to get into it.
Yeah, but this game is like a fresh of breath air. Like Bethesda pushed the envelope.
A fresh of breath air?
A fresh of breath air. I'm glad you pulled that out. See, without y'all here to keep me grounded, I'd be talking dumb shit all day. But a breath of fresh air, because the way that Bethesda has pushed the envelope with some of this stuff, it's really cool. So, it's shit you don't see much nowadays. The language, obviously the source material is very relevant. So it's really cool. Really cool stuff, man. I'm digging it. I'm so glad we got it. So glad I got to play it. And, you know, Bethesda fanboy aside, it's a phenomenal game. Definitely a Game of the Year contender. This would have been in my list, probably would have knocked near to number 3 and got number 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's where I'm at with that. But that game is fucking fun, Carmen. You got to get into it. And, you know, if it's too hard, lower the difficulty. Because there's been so many times that I was like, I'm going to lower this difficulty. But then I was like, let me keep pounding my head at it. And eventually I'd get through the parts that were tough.
I'm playing one up from the default. Like, whatever. It's like medium plus or whatever.
That's tough. I'm playing the default, and it's insane.
Yeah, I'm not one to bump it down, though. It's like I either take it or I leave it at that point.
I mean, like, the original was tough, too, because I couldn't beat it, because I kept fucking dying, but...
I mean, that's not typical for you not to beat a game, Jeremy. Get to the end and just quit.
I do that all the time.
Hey, play the game the way you want to play it.
Thing is, though, I would bump it down, but it does that thing where it insults you, where it's just like, the lowest difficulty is like, please don't hurt me, daddy.
That's exactly what it's called. Is can I play, daddy?
Yeah. They've been doing that ever since the first Wolfenstein. He's got like a little like baby bib and pacifier in his mouth. It's like, fuck you, I'm not gonna play this.
Yeah,
cool.
It's like when you go to Zaxby's, you can't get wimpy sauce.
Hell no. It's actually cool. You can actually play Wolfenstein 3D in the game. It's pretty cool.
They did that in Doom, where you had the Doom rooms. It's always so cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. So yeah, the game's fucking awesome. So you gotta grab it. Pick it up. Must play. I mean, it's not a must play. I can't say that. It's not going to appeal to everybody. It's actually not going to appeal to a wide audience. But I think if you own the PlayStation and you don't have this game, something's wrong with you. Hey, this is on Xbox too, isn't it? It's not a PlayStation exclusive.
No, it's Xbox, PC.
Okay, yeah. If you own any type of gaming system, go get it.
It'll come out on Switch sometime late next year, and they'll call it an exclusive.
Yeah, like
play it on the train.
Play it on the train. Carmen's favorite thing.
Oh my god.
I did play some Destiny. Obviously, we played the Osiris. Kind of got, I'm very about it, middle of the road. And that kind of just took up my gaming for this week. I mean, it was a lot. Like, I got 14 hours in Wolfenstein, about 4 hours in Destiny, and probably about another 7 or 8 in Injustice.
Yeah, that's a pretty good gaming time.
Yeah, I got some gaming time this week. I sure did.
Nice.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's keep it moving to new releases, and they're almost null and void this week. Not quite as bad as last week. I didn't even post the new releases last week because there was literally like one thing, and it was some indie title that nobody ever heard of. But the only thing that's really even coming out, and it's not really a new release, is Horizon Zero Dawn. They went ahead and made the complete edition, so you could just buy it all in one place and get it over with. So they released that this week. There was a lot of DLC that I didn't really want to mention because I try not to mention too much DLC and add-ons. But I've already got the new releases up this week, so just head over to HellAverageGaming.com and click the News tab, and you will find all the new releases.
Well, didn't Xenoblade Chronicles 2 come out for Switch this week?
It came out December 1st, so technically we should have talked about it last week.
We should at least mention it, though, because there's a very huge swath of Xenoblade fans who will just rip our nuts out for not talking about that.
Yeah, it's huge. So it did come out, and a lot. I mean, the fans of this are going crazy. Like, I've seen a lot of Nintendo fans just eating this stuff up.
They love it.
I've never played them. Have you played them?
No, it doesn't interest me at all. It's one of those. It's a JRPG, but it tries to mimic like an online RPG. It just doesn't do it for me. I've heard the combat's just kind of meh. But people love like the world and the characters and all that. It's one of those you play for the story kind of things, apparently.
Sitting at a cool 84 on Metacritic with an 8.5 user score. We all know Metacritic's the end-all, be-all of gaming.
It's never wrong, baby.
Never.
Hey, and with your phone, you can read Metacritic on the train.
You sure can. You can get all the reviews on the plane, train, or automobiles. But that's all we got. Go check out the releases. There's a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to list every single indie title that John Smith down the street releases on Steam for the PC. And usually every week, a shit ton of indies are coming to the Switch now, so I try to keep it relevant when I do the list. So without anything else y'all can think of on that? Nah, everything good. We can head on to news. And in true form, like we've been doing for the past, I don't know now, 3 or 4 months, we've been updating you on the roster for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And they just announced Adult Gohan this past week.
They didn't announce him. They just released his trailer. They announced him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, showed his trailer. Awesome looking. Really cool looking trailer. Go check out the trailer if you haven't seen it yet.
Hell yeah, man. This is the Gohan we deserve.
This is his true potential unlocked, right?
Mystic form.
Mystic form, that's it. Thanks to his daddy Piccolo.
No, thanks to Supreme. That was thanks to Elder Kai, who unlocked his.
Oh, I thought Piccolo did.
Yeah. No. This was, remember, is the Majin Buu saga. He went to, everyone thought he was dead. He went to the Kai's world, and Old Man Kai did that fucking rain dance for 12 hours. Unlocked its ultimate potential.
Yes, I remember that now. Okay.
And he came back, and he just, like, fucking handed Super Buu his ass. It was awesome.
I remember that now. That's fucking awesome.
And then he got absorbed.
I can't wait for this game. I've been talking about it. We've been talking about it, and, when this game comes...
pre-ordered.
I think we do too.
Nice.
Not yet.
We're
gonna get it
soon, boy.
Yeah, Karma's gonna get that one for us.
It's gonna be Christmas.
So we're all gonna have it, and then we're just gonna rage on it for the foreseeable future. I can't wait to see. It's like I said a few months ago. By the time this game's released, every Dragon Ball Z character that's ever even thought to be put on paper is gonna be on this roster.
I doubt that.
Yes, it is, Jeremy. Yeah. Don't you tell me otherwise.
Don't get me wrong. I would love that, but I very much doubt that.
You're going to be able to play as Chi-Chi from 1992.
You know what would be awesome is if every single character, whoever was in the show, was in the game, except for Chaozu.
Aww.
Jeremy really doesn't like being part of Hella Average Gaming. I'm starting to realize that.
He hates on Destiny, hates on Chaozu. Come on, Jeremy. What's wrong with you?
Hey, I'll grant you there's people out there who actually like Destiny. I can't say the same thing about Chaozu.
I'm starting to think Jeremy pours the milk before he pours the cereal.
He might.
Dude, I pour the milk into the box of cereal and just eat it that way.
That explains a whole lot.
That explains why there was milk all over the house.
That wasn't milk.
Exactly. You got to taste it, Carmen.
It's that time of the month. We get some free games. You ready to hear about them, guys?
Hells yeah.
All right. So coming in for the Xbox, really kind of a weak showing they brought to us. But we got Warhammer End Times Vermintide. There's so many Warhammer games I can't even fathom it right now.
There's probably about 40,000.
Probably. Good joke. Hope those gamers out there get that one. Through backwards compatibility, Child of Eden is coming to the 360 and to the Xbox One. Then we've got Back to the Future, the video game. And Marlowe Briggs and the Mask of Death. That's your 4 games coming to you on the Xbox consoles. What do you think about it, guys?
Pretty weak.
Yeah, it's lackluster. I mean, come on. It's December. You gotta get the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking Grinches. Bunch of Scrooges, if you will. But Sony didn't disappoint, I don't think. So they're bringing the heat with Darksiders 2, the definitive edition.
That's the definitive edition.
Oh, excuse me, Jeremy,
yes.
the resident master of writing, definitive edition.
Hey, that's actually what it's called.
No, I know. I know. I just messed that up. I'm sorry. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being
That's
you.
right.
Not only that, we got Kung Fu Panda, the Showdown of Legendary Legends. What a name.
Dude,
What a name.
Dude, that is the Mahjong of PS4 games right there, baby.
Don't you dare compare it to the legendary Mahjong game of the year.
We got Forma 8, which is cross-buy with the Vita. It's RTS, I think they said it was. I'm not sure. We got
like
Wanted.
A fun Vita game.
I don't know, man. I can't believe it's still relevant. And then on the PS3, we've got the Wanted Core. I know it was. Don't worry. Wanted Core and Siberia Collection and X-Blaze Lost Memories. That's rounding out the PS3. So Darksiders is pulling a whole lot of weight in December.
Oh, yeah.
They got that one game to lead the pack, so they're giving us a little something.
It aside from Darksiders, is a fairly weak offering, but Darksiders is really damn good.
I really enjoy Kung Fu Panda, so I'm probably going to download that game and just try it out. Because I don't see how it could be bad. And the name Legendary Showdown of Legendary Legends sounds very Jack Blackish. So while we're on that, this year Xbox gave away good God, that'd be a whole lot of games. $1,029 of free games. And Sony gave us $1,287 in free games. So there's the reason you pay $50 a year to get $1,000+ of free stuff throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
If the number, if you're thinking and on the fence about it, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, it's well worth it on both ends. I don't do my gold anymore because I just don't play the Xbox enough. But I keep Sony hot all the time. Never without PS Plus.
Yeah, but in your case, it's like you could spend $120, get your 2 memberships. I'm guessing Xbox is $60 for the year.
Yeah, both of them are the same price.
And then you get almost $2,500 worth of games if you download every one of them.
Yeah, and obviously we don't download every one of them. I might download one a month. So, I mean, whatever that is, let's say it averages out at $30 a month,
You also got to think, some of those might be overlaps, too.
Yeah, they could be.
Because I guarantee you Darksiders 2 has been an Xbox Gold game at least once.
Telltale, the Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands was overlapped 1 month to the next. So 1 month is on PlayStation, the next month is on Xbox. But still, I mean, it pays for itself probably within the first 2 months. And then there's always discounts, flash sales. And if you're getting your movies and TV off those stores, always discounts. So dude, it's really cool to see how much you're getting.
I love those flash sales. I've saved so much money on those things.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. Phenomenal. But let's keep it moving, guys. We're on the hype train. And Capcom dropped a bomb on us.
Fucking
they dropped
Capcom.
A couple bombs, dude.
Fucking Capcom bringing it. The heat. We got Mega Man 11 coming. They gave us a nice little trailer. What'd y'all think about that?
Carbon?
Oh, man. Whew. I was stoked. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, no, this is not fucking real. I played the trailer to myself and then I send it straight to you guys. And I'm like, no way, this isn't happening. The fucking game looks phenomenal. The art style's great. And as long as they don't fuck it up, which I don't see them doing that, this game is going to be solid.
Hey, as far as we all know, no one involved with Mighty Number 9 is on this project, so it should come out good.
That's what I was wondering, because, when Mighty Number 9 got pushed, it was like, from the people who brought you Mega Man.
It was from one guy who brought us Mega Man.
Yeah,
That's
so
Keiji Inafune.
I'm glad to know that we're going, hopefully from what it sounds like, we're getting a proper Mega Man title.
Yeah, and you're getting it true to, like, standard Mega Man form. No wall jumping, none of that stuff.
You know what? I'm also glad that they didn't go with the 8-bit look that they did for 9 and 10. Which I enjoyed those, but I like that this is like an actual evolution of the series.
Yeah, it's like 2.5D. The boss fights look cool.
I really like also that when Mega Man switches his powers, it's not just color change. He actually gets like a new costume.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I'm excited about it because I've always enjoyed Mega Man, but I never got into the Mega Man X collection. And I'd always played the originals. And now that we started a game with Carmen, he brought me into this whole new world of Mega Man X. And every Mega Man X 1 through 9 is coming. 1 through 8. I got 9 on my notes. I'm such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Mega Man X 1 through 8 are coming to your new consoles. They're coming to the PC, the Xbox Ones, the PlayStations. And I'm excited about that because it gives me a chance to go play them in probably fantastic graphic fidelity.
I don't think that it's going to be the standard stuff that it's going to probably just be a port over. I don't see them up-resing it or trying to do anything special with it.
You don't think so?
I think it's going to be like the Legacy collections. It is just going to be ports, but I think they're going to also have like the filters where you can have the CRT mode, the pixel perfect and all that. But
I mean, obviously it's going to run better because the hardware is better. It's like you buy a 3D TV to never watch 3D on it, but you have the best processor because it can do both worlds. That's how I figure this.
You know, I wonder though, are they going to break them up like they did with the Mega Man games and do a collection 1 and 2, or are they going to have them all released at once? You know, that's my question.
Yeah, I mean, that's up in the air. I think that you can get the value. You either do it as a $60 title for all 8 games.
That's too much.
You think that's too much for 8 games?
Yeah, because the original 8 Mega Mans in the Mega Man Legacy Collection, they were $20. So it would have been $40 for 8 games.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's worth $60 for all 8 games.
I respectfully disagree. The first 4 games are fantastic, and then you have 5, 6, and we don't talk about 7, and then 8 was just pretty good.
Okay. I wouldn't know because I've never played them.
Either way, but if they break it up into 2, then I think that they're $20 a piece.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly my point. If they break them up into 2 and they're $20 a piece, why bother paying an extra $20 to have them all as one?
Well, I mean, it's just the total package deal. It's the same reason why people go out on a limb and spend $100 on a game just to get the DLC, and then if the DLC is a flop, then...
But if I can buy them separately for $40, why would I buy them together for $60?
They're not going to release them. They're not going to release them both ways. They're only going to release them
it's not going to get released both ways.
Yeah.
I'm saying you either package them one way or you package them another way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. If they're going to release... If they're going to do both of them at 20 or they're going to do all of them together, it just makes sense to release all of them at 40 instead of all of them at 60.
Yeah, well, but we don't even know. They haven't even mentioned pricing. All they've said is they're coming. What I would guess is going to be at $39.99.
That's what I'm thinking, if it's all of them together.
But then again, I don't know. I don't know how much Capcom's thinking they can milk out of this. I mean, they're going to get their money.
They're going to get their money, but in their defense, they've done pretty decently with pricing.
I mean, here's the real question: is Mega Man 11 going to be $60?
Nah, I think that's going to be 30 at max.
I don't know.
Even then, that's kind of pushing it.
I don't know. What do you think, Carl?
I think it's going to be $60 if they put them all out. Like I just said, I'm sticking
No,
to my...
talking about Mega Man.
No, I'm talking about Mega Man 11.
Oh, Mega Man 11? No.
Yeah.
No, not $60.
$19.99.
$19.99.
That would be the sweet spot right there. If they're greedy, they would go for 30. But I think $20 is the right price.
$20. They'll sell 1 million units.
Yeah,
easily.
I'd buy it day one for $20.
Well, I plan on buying it regardless, just so I can get the experience of it.
You know, anywhere between $19.99 and $29.99 is going to be okay. Anything after that is going to be questionable.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just who knows what that. Usually with these collections in the past, they've been very reasonable, so I don't think that Capcom's going to try to fuck us. They know what kind of product they're marketing, and they know who their consumers are.
You jump back to the collection. We're talking about the other game.
I mean, you can put it to both the collection or the game itself. That can apply to both. I don't think they're going to fuck the pricing up on this. Doesn't really matter.
They'll do it right, and it's going to sell like fucking hotcakes. All of it.
So I'm excited about that. I can't wait. I don't think we've got really any dates on that.
2018.
We know 2018. I'm assuming it's going to be middle of the way, maybe the later 2018.
I think the collections can come early, and then I think that probably be looking at maybe an August or September release for the new Mega Man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's the safest bet. Go ahead and get everybody sucked back into the series and give them a fresh new take on it, and then give them a totally fresh new game. Woo!
It'd be cool because Mega Man first came out December 17th, so if they'd had a late release, they could release that and make it a Christmas title, and it'd go gangbusters. But we shall see. We'll keep you in the loop when we find out about it. You'll find out about it as always. So another company that's going to give us some good stuff is Ubisoft's actually giving us 2 free games. It's only on the PC though. So if you don't own a PC, you're shit out of luck. I'm sorry. But you can get Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is one of the best and well-received Assassin's Creed games.
It's the best Assassin's Creed, in my opinion.
As Jeremy says, the best. And you can also get World in Conflict, which is Ubisoft RTS, real-time strategy that Ubisoft did. I've never heard of World in Conflict.
I never have either.
But Assassin's Creed is well worth the price of admission. So when the price is free, go grab it. I don't see why you wouldn't. And I wonder what they're doing. Like, is this just them being nice and trying to get some publicity out there, or what are they trying to do?
I'm sure it's for some publicity thing. I mean, maybe he's trying to help sales of Origins or something by giving out Black Flag.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. All right, so the next thing we got on the list is we have the PlayStation Experience happening this weekend. And for those of you who don't know, PlayStation started this 2 years ago. It's their own little get-together / they have events / they have all kinds of panels, and it's for the fans. They bring all the fans can go, and obviously there's media there too, but this is all about the fans. That's what they wanted to start it for. So we've heard a little bit about it, and we're going to kind of go over some stuff that we were talking about before we recorded. But I think we're going to finally get a release date for Days Gone, which is their new zombie game, which looks pretty cool. We'll probably get a release date for Spider-Man and God of War. But Carmen was telling me before we launched that PS4 might have leaked a March 22nd date for God of War.
Yep, on 2 different markets, the Chilean market and then the North American store both had that up very briefly, and then they put back in their placeholder date.
I could definitely see that happening, though.
Yeah, that would be a good time to release something like that. March seems to be a pretty big time of the year for games.
If I remember correctly, I think that's around the time most of the God of Wars launch.
Could be. I mean, that'd be a perfect time to do it. So we're probably going to get, and this is all speculation. This is our little what's going to happen. So probably going to get the release dates for those games. I think we're going to see some more Last of Us 2 because it was really quiet the last couple of times they were at Paris game show. They didn't say anything about it. So all we've got is that little trailer that leaked a while back. So I'm hoping we'll see more Last of Us 2, which I'm real excited about. I think we'll see some Bloodborne 2. I made that announcement at E3, or that prediction at E3, and it never came to pass. But I'm waiting. So sad. I'm waiting for Bloodborne 2. I think it's be a perfect time to do it.
I really do hope they do announce some new stuff, and Bloodborne 2 would be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. Even though I didn't necessarily get grabbed by it, I know I can appreciate it for being the game that it is. And my personal, this is what's going to happen because they trademarked it again, so I'm hoping that we're going to get a new Siphon Filter game.
That'd be actually interesting. I played them back on the PS1, and they didn't grab me, but I'd definitely be up for a PS4 one. I'd give another try.
I had them. I was younger when they came out, and I played them, and they hooked me because I thought they were really fun. And honestly, I want to play them again because it's just kind of like fond memories from my childhood, you know? I understand it's kind of like a poor man's Metal Gear, but I bet they can do something really good with that franchise.
It always struck me like a poor man's Splinter Cell, even though it came first.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. But I'd definitely get into it.
So any predictions that y'all are looking in that y'all think might happen?
Dude, I'm calling it now. Kingdom Hearts 3 launches on April.
That's a lie. That's never going to happen.
No.
Good try. We might get a trailer. We might get a 10-second trailer.
Yeah, you'll get another teaser. Yeah. You'll get to see Goofy. And then, other than that, it's like...
They'll show, 15 seconds of new gameplay, and, it's coming, guys.
You're never going to release it's coming. Me.
I swear to God, it's like it's being made by, what's his guy? The guy who does Game of Thrones.
George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin. Is he writing the fucking story for this? That's why it's taking so long?
Yeah, that's why it's taking so damn long. No, but you know why it's taking so long. They're going to put their heart and soul into it, so.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. Every time they show a trailer, it looks like it's polished.
I mean, unless they pull, which I don't think they're going to do this, unless they pull something out of their ass like this game's almost done, and they're like, oh, by the way, you can buy it tonight. That would make the doors blow off an auditorium.
So you think they're going to pull like a fucking Beyonce, like just drop an album out of nowhere?
So I don't think they would, but with a game this big, it's not out of the realm of possibility, and if they did, it would be some of the biggest hype for a game. Like people, like I said, people in this industry or who want this game or know about it would go absolutely bananas.
See, well, that would be awesome. I don't think they're going to do that because there's this pre-order culture where they like to get people hyped up and say, yeah, this is coming out in 6 months. Pre-order now, get your different special edition, collector's editions, get your, pre-order your season pass. And if you come out and say, yeah, this game's launching in a week, that doesn't give people time to get hyped and it probably is going to affect their sales and stuff. I would love it if they just said, yeah, this is coming out like in a month. I'd be like, fuck yes, I'd pre-order mine instantly. But it's just not likely.
I think eventually, like to make another music reference, I don't know if you guys followed it, but it might have been 2 years ago, but Wu-Tang created an album, and then they were only selling one copy of it, and that was it. I think that's going to happen with fucking Kingdom Hearts at some point. Like Kingdom Hearts 5, they're going to be like, there's only one copy, you guys have to bid for it, or you have to give us like a certain bid, or we're not going to sell it.
Oh, you mean they only made one copy?
Yeah, it's only one copy.
Oh, I thought you meant like only one person wanted to buy a copy.
No. They didn't sell one. They sold it, but they sold it for millions of dollars.
Well, the thing is, though, you can't really do that you can do it with a physical release of a game, but they'll obviously release the digital as well.
I was just going out on a limb because they take so long to do things.
I could see. Don't get me wrong, I could see a game company doing that, doing like what was that, Saints Row 4, the presidential edition where it was $1 million and there's only one ever made and came with all that shit.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. But yeah, so y'all got anything else that's going to happen? Anything that y'all want to see happen?
I've never really kept up with it, so it's like I don't know, I like to just see it when it happens. I've got my hopes up too many times to get let down, and I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up. I just really hope for a Bloodborne 2, but I know I'll be disappointed.
I'm going to try to watch as much of the shows as I can, and obviously as the trailers drop, we'll be talking about it. So we'll cover all of it on next week's episode. But the last thing on our list is this sneaky motherfucker who live streamed the UFC fight on Twitch and got away with it because he streamed and held his controller up and acted like he was playing a game.
Oh my god, dude, this guy is the fucking man. He is my spirit animal from now on.
Like, if this was Skyrim, his stealth would be over 100. Like, it's amazing what just happened. And
I want to make him an official honorary 4th member of the Hell Average gaming community.
His name
took it to the next level.
His name is AJ Lester, and I guess he's a normal Twitch streamer. I don't really know. But yeah, he just live streamed this sumbitch on Twitch and just kept it going. I think the whole fight was on there, if I'm not mistaken.
He's got balls. Man, does he have balls.
That is awesome, dude.
And as far as I know, the only thing that happened to him is he got banned from Twitch for a day.
Small price to pay.
I mean, I would have watched it if I'd have known it was up like that.
I don't even care about UFC fighting, but I definitely would have watched it just for the troll factor was over 9,000 on that.
I would like to know how many viewers he had at one time. Did anybody see any articles with that on there?
No, I didn't think about it. I didn't even know about it until after it was done. I would have thought that would have been something that would have been making the rounds like instantaneously. Like, dude, this guy's got the fight going on Twitch and he's got people thinking he's playing the game. It's awesome.
Yeah, it should have went viral, but yeah, I don't know. It's fucking people like that blow me away into shit they get away with.
That is so fucking boss, man.
So if you ever want to watch the UFC fights, why don't you go check out Twitch first? Maybe you can get it there. But we have found ourselves at the end of our show. I'm kind of tired. Y'all got anything else?
I got nothing.
Nothing? We don't have any. Oh, yeah. Make sure you're checking out Select Start. It's our Let's Play series. Posting 2 videos a week, so go check them out. They're pretty fucking awesome. Like and subscribe. And Carmen, give them the rundown.
Check us out on our own website, helloaveragegaming.com. We're posting new releases, news, our content, whole bunch of shit. Check it out. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play. If you want Cam to have lunch money next week, support us on patreon.com. If not, we'll have a starving child on our hands. And on that note, stay hella average.
I ate a lot of lunch.
In the time of chimpanzees, I was a monkey.
What the fuck?